Hello everybody, welcome to Match of the Day. We got a couple of cool sealed ones this week. I like playing 42 cards sometimes, 42 cards, 18 lands. I like that ratio a lot. The theory is kind of like, how do you call it? Like, sometimes 40 cards is not enough. And what I mean by that is, when you have a lot of synergy, for example, some of the cards like throw off the balance, if that makes any sense. I don't know, it's a little crazy. I've seen some other people do it. It's not the most common. I do go crazier. I do go like 1944, 1945. Usually don't go to 20 lands, but I do experiment a lot with like weird number 18 and 19 landers. So this deck is a cool example of like a simple, relatively simple deck that I believe can like benefits from being a 42 card deck. And yeah, this is a blue-red start your engines deck. Like, it's a speed deck. A lot of cards get better with max speed. You have the burnout Bastronaut, which, you know, it's not like a bomb, but it's annoying. Like, if it gets going, it's annoying, you know. Like a fire-breathing Double Striker is pretty annoying with Menace, so a lot of removal, right? So we're playing 7 removal spells, 3 of them splashed from white. Yeah, we got a pretty big white splash. Like, for example, this deck, like, I'm splashing white, I want to play the speed land, and I don't know, there's no like 17 land version that I would be more comfortable with than this 18 land version. So alright, but I guess you guys get it. So let's go to the game. So we mull to 6. I considered taking that 7, but just too many lands, and we do want a little tempo. You know, we want to have a little clock at the beginning. The Walking Sarcophagus is just one of those cards that, you know, it's a synergistic early drop. It's not like the best card in the world, but does the job. Here it's pretty good. Obviously we can't attack turn 3. I've been really impressed with the Reckless Velocitor or whatever. I think it's like it just flows a lot of times into the other stuff. Here I decide to play it just for, you know, just to get the clock going and keep ticking the engine up, I guess. Yeah, so game 1 was pretty uneventful. Our opponent got some bad draws. I think one of the reasons I wanted to show this game in particular was just the sideboard. So I had a Gear Seeker Serpent that I didn't play because I didn't have that many artifacts, but you know, taking some of the recursion away, you can play it. So yeah, here we just take out the Transit Mage and add an additional camera launcher. Yeah, so we just take out, you know, some of the early drops and some of the recursion and put in the camera launcher, which is 2 artifacts, and the serpent. And it's just, I like to get pretty creative on the draw, maybe too creative sometimes, but I think it's a good, how do you call it? It allows you to be more reactive, and sometimes sideboarding benefits from that. Yeah, I like to think a lot of in terms of volatility, I call it. Meaning, yeah, because sideboards they have more impactful cards. That means if you have an impactful card and your opponent doesn't, it's gonna be a big change, but also, like, you don't want to mulligan too much to get them, and sometimes you get a bunch of answers and you answer everything your opponent has, but then you can't, you know, play, yeah, you're out of threats. I don't know, I just like the idea of going crazy on the draw, and that way, like, you at least feel like you tried something, and yeah, I think I really like that aspect of Magic, like the design aspect. I'm not like a great player, I'm a little slow, to be honest, but I do love that aspect of deck building and sideboarding, even like the little stuff, not just, you know, not just the most creative aspect, but also like the tinkering and all that. And you can see that there's many games where it just flows, and I just love that feeling of, you know, the deck flowing. Yeah, even if it's somewhat unorthodox, if your deck flows, it feels pretty good. I really thought about killing the flying snake thing, but just for mana reasons, it's better to play the camera launcher and, you know, just to get that thread down there, maybe make him not attack. So our little guy got flooded. And yeah, he went aggressive here. which makes sense to me in the sense that he doesn't want to block the camera launcher with the snake to preserve it for something bigger. You could see that as a mistake. I mean, it's very subtle, but because of the colors that I have, it's not as yeah, it's not as easy to get something much larger than what I already have, which is a 3-3. Obviously I do have the dragon, but the dragon is gonna kill the serpent, so yeah, he kept attacking here, same principle I guess, but well, no, this attack I actually like a little more, but I mean, if you decided to not block the launch, you're not gonna block it the second time, I don't think. And so yeah, I mean, we didn't get to play the serpent or anything, but I just wanted to kind of show that sideboard and just talk a little. I also don't like something I've kind of figured out is I don't want to take any match too seriously. Like, they don't always have to be the most interesting matches ever. Just something fun to talk about the game, and you know, I like the idea of just, you know, checking out a random game each day. I do like to speed them up, you know, a game that I would take 40 minutes on, like if we can spend 10-15 minutes, that's more than enough. It's fun, and you know, we can think about next day. And I don't know, here we can do a couple of things to close it off. Think about what he could have, of course. I think killing the dude with reach is... But he has a dino and one more thing. Okay, but he conceded. I would have killed the reach dude probably with the Gallant Strike, like, because the dino is too slow. And we have more flyers even if he has removal, so yeah, was a little... This was a very short match. Kind of wanted to get things started with an easy one. So you know, chat about a little bit about deck building and sideboarding, and I don't know. Thanks for watching, and hope I'll see you guys tomorrow.